Hi everyone and welcome back to the Glow Up Experiment with me, Elle. So I wasn't expecting to be able to record so soon. It wasn't in my plans, but Ruby is with a friend and Bobby is having an unexpected nap after the play gym today. So I thought I was just going to hop on and just talk about what I'm doing to ensure that I set myself up for success for the whole week. So it's a lot of Sunday resets, and if you've got children, and especially if you're on your own with them, they take precedent over everything. So I like to get mine out in the morning, either for a walk or at the play gym, and then I use this. And I literally just brain dump all of my thoughts on here for the week. My anxieties, what I've got coming up, what I want to do. And I do this every Sunday. I make sure I just get it all out there. And then I start the organising. So a Sunday reset doesn't really start on a Sunday. I don't want to have to be thinking about I've got no food in. So I always make sure that the food is sorted by the Friday for that weekend up until the following Wednesday, Thursday. So then we know what's happening and there's no sort of guessing. So I just go in and I just write whatever I feel like, whatever is on my mind, and then it's done. Now I'm someone who is very chaotic and I can flip from one thing to another. So for me, it's crucial. For other people, it just might be second nature. But if you're like me and you're pretty disorganised and you get easily distracted, then just getting all those sort of noisy thoughts out of your head is the best thing, I think. And then I start my to-do list of my little Sunday job. So it's ensuring that all the uniforms are washed. I hang everybody's clothes up. So I do it in outfits. So I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I work in an office. So I don't want to be standing there in the morning thinking, what am I wearing? What are the kids wearing? I know from Monday to Friday what everyone's going to be wearing, including myself. Even my working from home days. I mean, now I'm literally in my comfies, in my chills, because, it's Sunday. I don't want to be all dressed up. But I even know for those days what I'm going to be doing and what I'm going to be wearing. So then I make sure that I write down what everyone's eating, from breakfast to snacks to teas. And it's obviously flexible. Kids are flexible. I'm flexible. I might not want to eat something what I say I'm going to eat on a Monday. But if I know it's there and it's available, then that's the best thing that I can do to set myself up for success. And that's why the Plan Eat Meal Prep that I showed you guys really helps, because if something comes up, we're stuck in traffic or whatever, and we get home late, I can just bing that in the microwave, and again, we're sorted. And I make sure that I've got quick oven teas for the kids, because they don't want me stood there. They want my attention when they've been at childcare and school all day, and we're getting in at 5, 6 o'clock or 4:30, whatever. My job's flexi, so I'm quite lucky. But if I start early, I can finish early. If I start late, I've got to finish a bit later. So I've always got to take that into account with them. So it just helps me sort of calm the noise having that down. So the food prepping is like the big thing, and that's taken out a lot of tantrums that were happening in our house, because my son was like round my feet wanting me to play, and I couldn't because I'm stood there chopping onions and doing something. And the most disheartening thing is nobody then bloody eats it. So if I've spent, if it's gone in the oven or it's there, or if it's just binged in the microwave, and I know it's good for them, I'm not bothered if nobody eats it. Just move it to the side and I'll have it after. But it's that working a full day and then coming home slaving away, everybody tantruming, needing you, putting your heart and soul into doing something, and then nobody eating it, and that's just devastating. So that's what I do. So once I've got my to-do list, then it's the big jobs. It's like the bin out, the vacuum, then it's ensuring the bin's clean, and that's the kitchen area, and then it's clothes, like I said, dried and away. But because I'm keeping on top of it during the week, it's not this huge big thing. Like, I never would take my kids to the supermarket on a Sunday. I did it once. My friend Chelsea came with me and we were chasing my toddler around, I'm never ever going to do that again. Not on a Sunday, not with little kids. For me, when they're with me on the weekend and they're not with the dad, it is really crucial that we're doing something and we're spending time together, because I find it really difficult obviously sharing them and then working full time. I don't get that time, it's very limited. So I want to ensure that we're having that quality time together. So yeah, that is one area. It is definitely the food, top priority for me, and then it's the systems of clothing, because Ruby's got PE, you know, Bobby might need an all-in-one, but if it's all ready, it's all sorted, you know, there's no guessing. So that is my first two priorities. And then the third that I think that's really important to your emotional and mental well-being, really, you need to know what you're doing financially that week. I used to just lurch from one week to the next, I'll be completely honest, not having a clue what I was spending, not having a clue what I needed to spend, and money was just flying in and out of my account. I had no idea how much I was going, and because I weren't organised, I might drop £40 in the Co-op, and that might do a snack, a breakfast, and one tea. You know, it was just chaos. Whereas when I've planned it, I've done my Planet meal prep, which is really reasonable, and then I go to Aldi. That's it. It's the occasional time now I might just nip into the Co-op if they've got something that I want from there. So yeah, finance planning. You know, I can't drive yet. That is something that, again, due to my lack of confidence, lack of self-belief and procrastination, I have stopped and started, and I've put off year in, year out. I've not done it. So I've not actually had a physical driving lesson since just before I gave birth to my son in 2022. So that is my big 2026 goal. I'm going to prove to myself that I can do this. So every morning I get up and I practice my theory. And then, my boyfriend's going to insure me in his car, and he's going to let me have a few lessons with him to get my confidence up, because I don't really like being in the car with a stranger. And I find it really intimidating being told what to do by someone that I don't really know on an overwhelming road. So, yeah, that is it. So, yeah, so I'm going to budget in things in like the travel for the taxis, the buses. I'm going to work out if it's cheaper for us to actually get a bus or a taxi. And I am so lucky. I've got friends who I work with that are really willing to give me and the kids a lift. And I really appreciate them. You know who you are, guys. So yeah, that I'm very fortunate. Or if I'm walking when I'm working from home, I like to get the exercise, and I like to walk the kids and then walk back. But that takes time, and it needs me to be organised if I'm going to want to do that in. So those are just my top 3 priorities. And like I said, the driving is the big thing. So we'll call it 4. And they are my complete go-tos for this Sunday. So I've done the mistake before when I've started to try and do glow up plans or glow up experiments before. I've done everything at the same time, and then I have burnt out or been cut off from it because something else has happened. So at this point, I am just concentrating until I've perfected everybody's clothes being ready, organised, and away, the food being prepped, organised, done in time, and making sure that I know what I'm spending that week and I don't go over that budget, because my saving is really important to me right now. And I want to have that buffer, and I want to know that I'm not panicking if something does come up unexpected. So, yeah. There is also a little bit of a physical thing. So I've been extremely stressed the last few weeks, and my skin has broken out hormonally, and it is not good. So I saw that Skin and Me had a free trial on, and I have literally, let's show you, ordered their box. So they had an offer for £3.50 for the free trial. then you could get some little extras. So I think it worked out being like £8.49 or something for the first trial. So they have medical grade skincare just tailored to your skin. So you take some photographs in if you're not familiar with it, and they'll assess you, and you can get things like tretinoin. So mine has got 0.0.0.006% tretinoin, 4% niacinamide, and 4% azelaic acid. So I started that last night, so I'm going to let you know how we get on with that as well. So it's got a daily moisturiser with an SPF 50, which is crucial if you're using things like, I mean, you can see that big spot there. Ignore the state of me today. I've got natural curly hair as well, so it's a little bit wild. But yeah, so SPF 50 if you're using acids and you're using medical grade skincare, you really need to make sure that you are protecting your face from the sun, from all the even in weather like this, it comes through. And even if you think I'm not outside much, it's just really good to get into the habit of putting that on your skin. So they also sent me a vitamin C brightening agent. So trying that one's for the daytime. And a light moisturiser came, and that's got 1.5 bioidentical triceramide blend and hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in as well, because I've never had spots as bad as this, but it's just really not getting enough sleep, not drinking enough water. But they're the next on the glow up plan, but I need to be organised first. I know what I'm doing. So this is the personalised one, and it's got your name on it. I think it's so cute. It says Pharrell. So yeah, this is mine. And if you share it and invite your friends, you can either get a £10 credit or donate a £10 to charity, which I thought was really cool. Obviously I'm not sponsored. I'm just showing you what I've done. And then we've got a cream cleanser. So yeah, they're all little trial sizes. And that has got, can we see what was in that? Or was it on the box? Glycerin and isomyl cocoate, however you pronounce that. And then the SPF 50 oil-free that comes with. So it's just telling you how to do it. So yeah, I'll let you know how I get on with those. Was there anything else that it came with in there? No, that's that. So I'll let you know how it gets on. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on really, and I've got a mic and I've got the equipment now and the ring light, but I just didn't have time to set it up today. I just thought I didn't want to miss coming on, but I didn't want to risk Bobby waking up in the middle of me. Oh God, you know when you think you can hear them? It's not, it's the TV. I didn't want to risk him waking up in the middle of setting it up and not get to post. So I said it was going to be raw. I said it was going to be authentic. I said it was going to be a chat. You know, we can just develop it together. And I'm just here, just sort of trying to make people not feel as alone, because when we're on social media 24/7, like a lot of us are, we look and we think, oh my God, I'm not enough. I'm not doing enough. I'm not good enough. So I just wanted to kind of come on to change that and just to share, like, do you know what? It's okay if you look like this some days, and it's okay. And yeah, Bobby's toothpaste on, literally. And you know, it's going to be different every time, but Sunday reset is literally where we're at now. So it's my main focuses, like I said. It's the organisation with the food, which takes all the stress out of parenting. And it's making sure that the clothes are ready. It's making sure I know financially what's happening. And it's ensuring that, you know, everything, that I'm going to start looking after my skin as well. My goodness, with this. So we'll see. Should take about 4 weeks, and then I can let you know how it's been for me with this. But yeah, so it's been really lovely to chat to you. If you liked this video, just give it a little like and subscribe. And if you didn't know shade, just move on, you know. But if you can relate to it, you know, nice to have you here. And like I said, the content I will try when I've got time and haven't got the children to film something a little bit more structured rather than me just chatting at you guys. But I just wanted to be out there and be consistent because it's taken a lot to dare to do this. And I think if I get out of the habit of posting consistently, I'm going to stop. And it feels really nice to be creating something and being creative rather than just consuming so much. So yeah, just enjoyed that little chat with you guys, and have a lovely rest of your Sunday, and I hope you have a fabulous week, and I hope you get your systems in place to what's going to make your life easier this week. That's all we're here for, just to try and make our lives a little bit easier in this community. And if you've got any tips of what you do on a Sunday to make your week flow better, please, as a chronically disorganized woman that stands before you trying to change her habits, please let me know, and we can talk about it and we can discuss them, and maybe I can put them in another video. So yeah, thanks, bye.